Hey guys, welcome. This is our study guide video, so let's get going. Number one, we have the following scores. What we have to do is we have to add them all up and then divide them by the number of scores, which is going to be 5. So we get them all added up, and we should get 364 divided by 5. Again, having a calculator for this test is going to be really important. And when we divide this, we're going to get about 72.8 for our mean. Oops. Okay, so 72.8 would be our mean. And then it says, what is the mode? So A and then B. So we said, what is the mode of the data? Well, we see the most common number that pops up is 85. And then C says, what is the median of the data? We got to order it in the correct order. And if you do in the correct order, the middle number is going to be 78. And then D, what is the range of the data? We're going to go from the smallest number to the largest number and subtract. So we're going to take 85 as the largest number, and we're going to subtract 34. And if we do that, we're going to get 51. So that's our answer for D. And then E, does this data set have an outlier? Yes, the outlier is going to be 34. It's way smaller than the rest of the numbers. That's what is the definition of our outlier. All right. Number 2, what is the mean of the data? So we have this data for pop quiz, 335,331. I'm going to go ahead and add that up. I have a calculator off screen. So we're going to get 3, 5 plus 1. So we'll get 18, and there's 6 of them. So we get actually the mean to be about 3. Okay. So this is finding our standard deviation. So we're going to take all of our data items and find the difference between the mean and the data. So we have 3 minus 1, 3 minus 3, and that's going to be times 4 because we have 4 of those. And then we have 3 minus 5. Okay, so this is going to become positive 2 squared. We're going to square it afterwards. This is 0 squared, and then this is going to be negative 2 squared. Okay, so that's going to give me 4, 0, and 4. Now, I was going to multiply this middle row by 4, but it's 0, so it doesn't really matter. So when we sum it, we're going to get 8. Okay, then it says the mean of the difference of the data. So that's the variance. So the variance is going to equal actually 8 divided by 5, which if you do that gives you about 1.3 repeating. And then the standard deviation is just going to be the square root of 1.3 repeating right there. And that would give you about 1.15. Okay. Again, I did all this in my calculator. I think we did this one in class together as well. All right. Number 3. Which data set has the smallest standard deviation? Okay. So the smallest standard deviation is going to be definitely, when you look at it, you want to see the spread. Okay, so for the first data set, your only spread is from 90 to 78, which isn't too large of a spread. I think that's about 12. But the other one is from 5 to 39. So data set B has a larger spread. Okay, and if it has a larger spread, then it's probably going to have a larger standard deviation. Standard deviation is basically how much the pieces would have a difference or spread. All right, number 4. We're going to construct a dot plot. I'm going to go ahead and skip doing the dot plot. I think you guys can handle that one on your own. It says answer the following questions. Find the dot plot you created. We'll do this one, part 5. A, B, C, D, and E. So let's get all those in there. Okay. How many of the workers are 16 years old? So we just have to count them up, and we get 2, or 16. How many of them are less than 30 years old? Okay, so we have 1 person over 30. So we have 9 people that are less than 30 years old. All employees older than 30 are managers. So how many managers are there? Well, that would mean there's only 1 manager. A customer states the majority of workers at the store are younger than 20 years of age. Is this true or false? So we have to say majority, so we have to be over 5. are under 20, so we get 2 that are 16, 2 that are 17, so that's a total of 4. And then after that, it jumps up to 25, so that's not true. So this is false. We do not have a majority under 20. And then this is make a box and whisker plot of this data. Okay, so that's going to require us to find the mean, median, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. So here's my, here's my line. Oops, I think I switched over to the eraser. All right, and so our smallest data set is 16, and we go up to our largest data set, which is 36. I'm going to count by 2s here. Okay. Looking at this, we got to order our data in the correct order. So we're going to get 16, 16, 17, 17, and then after that, looks like we're going to get 25, 25, 25, and then we're going to get 28, 29, and then 36. Oh, come on, fit 29 and 36. Okay, is that all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Okay, so our median is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in. So median's right here, which is 25. So we're going to get our median right there. And our lower quartile, we're going to get 17 as my lower quartile. There we go. And my upper one is going to be 28. And then we're going to go all the way out to my min and my max. Okay, so this is the median, quartile 3, and quartile 1. Okay. All right. Number 6, I'm not going to do this one exact, but if we were to look at number 6, the data points, we did this one in class, are going to look roughly like this. And this would be an example of a negative correlation. As one thing goes up, the other goes down. Okay, and so it appears as we have something going up, the other one would be going down in value. All right, last one is number 7. And it says, how many women want SUVs, or how many more women want SUVs than men? So for part A, we have to just take a look. We get 135 women want SUVs, only 21 men want it. So we find the difference and we get 114. Part B, how many men wanted the sports car? We just look at men and sports car, we get 39. Part C, how many people wanted a sports car total, which would be 84. And D, out of 240 people surveyed, what percentage of women wanted SUVs? So that would be 135 out of 240. And then just put that in our calculator real quick. And that's going to be about 56%. And then part E. It says, a person looking at the table concludes that it's more likely a man will prefer a sports car than a woman will prefer an SUV. So we're kind of comparing the two right here. So men want a sports car. There's 39 men that want a sports car out of the total 60 men. And then the women, there's 135 women that want a SUV out of 180 women. So they're saying that the men are more likely. Is that true or not? Okay, well, we can go ahead and calculate these percentages just by dividing. So 39 divided by 60 is 65% of the men want a sports car out of all the men. And then 135 divided by 180 is going to be 75%. So their statement saying that the men are more likely to want a sports car than a woman want an SUV is incorrect. So this is false. We need to flip that statement for it to be true. Okay. All right, guys. That's it. We'll see you.